Hello everyone, welcome back to Stage Manager Supply Co. My name is Claire and today we're going to be setting up a script in Word and Pages. Welcome back everyone. Before we get too deep into our script setup, I would first like to say that Black Lives Matter, and that I am creating this content on the traditional lands of the Kickapoo, Peoria, Potawatomi, Miami, and Sioux tribes. We always start our videos acknowledging the inequitable history and landscape of the United States, including but never limited to the fact that we are a country built on stolen land and developed on the backs of slaves. Stage Manager Supply Co. is my own attempt to bridge generations of systematic racism and oppression by making stage management arts education much more accessible. Today, I would like to highlight Misericordia Heart of Mercy. Misericordia offers a community of care to maximize potential of persons with mild to profound developmental disabilities, many of whom are also physically challenged. By serving society's most vulnerable citizens, Misericordia also serves the families who want the best for them but cannot provide that care at home. Through a spectrum of residential options on its 31-acre Chicago campus and in the community, and with a wide variety of programs, Misericordia currently serves over 600 adults and children residentially from diverse racial, religious, and socioeconomic backgrounds. If you would like to learn more about Misericordia Heart of Mercy and donate what you are able, the link to their website will be in the episode description. Finally, as I say every video, this is just my method of setting up a script in Word and Pages. If you have a method that works best for you, please leave me a comment down below telling me so we can grow our stage management hive mind even bigger. With all that being said, let's get started by setting up our script in Microsoft Word. So we're going to take a look at the Word document that the playwright sent us by opening up the document and immediately making sure to turn on our paragraph markers. Paragraph markers show the invisible formatting happening in a document that we'll need to be aware of while formatting our script. When I have the script open with paragraph markers on, I see that the playwright pretty much just typed out a script line by line with no real intentional formatting concerns. I see that there are page numbers at the top of the page and that there are no page breaks at all throughout the document, but a bunch of returns to get to a new page. This is a great starting point for the first day of rehearsal. I've talked with the playwright and I pretty much have carte blanche over how stage management would like to set up the script for the production process. I'll go through and set the script up how I most commonly set up a script for a rehearsal process. When I have the script open with my paragraph markers on, I'm going to make sure my margins are 1 inch around and then save the document as show code, script, today's date in the full script folder. The first thing that I'm going to do to the script is add in section breaks at the bottom of every page. A section break essentially divides your document into multiple parts, where in each part you can change and tweak the formatting without affecting the formatting of all the other parts of the document. A section break differs from a page break because a section break can allow for this different formatting for different pages. Thinking of each individual page in the script as a section is extremely helpful when using this method of setting up your script. When each page is a dedicated section, that means that I can play with the formatting of page 23 without worrying if the formatting of pages 22 and 24 are going to be affected. We're going to specifically add a section break next page to the bottom of each page of the script. This forces all the text after whatever point you insert your section break onto the next page. So I'll go through each page in the script and insert a section break by selecting Insert, Break, Section Break, New Page. While I'm going through each page of the script, I'm going to pay particular attention to the following situations. I'm going to make sure that there's a break before each scene and act so that no two scenes or acts are on the same page. This makes printing and replacing one scene independent of the rest of the show so much easier. Next, as much as possible, I'm going to try to keep lines of one character from spilling on to a secondary page, eliminating any need for the phrase continued. I find that unless there's a monologue that's multiple pages, continued pages can sometimes throw up a mental memorization block for actors, so I personally try to keep each line to a singular page. And finally, if there are any pages that only have one line on them, I'll try to adjust the formatting on the page above to fit that one line onto the previous page. Some tricks I like to use to make this happen are to go through the page and make every empty returned line one font size smaller, adjusting the margins ever so slightly on the bottom or sides of the page, or whatever works for you. Also, as a tip, I created a custom shortcut on my keyboard to make inserting section breaks much more efficient. I've linked an article about how to do this on a Mac and a Windows computer in the episode description. Once I've inserted all my section breaks into my document, then I'm going to return to my first page of my script and work on my header and footer. I'm going to enter into my header and note that it now says header-section 1 instead of just header. This is a good sign, and it means that you are on the right track. In this first header, I'm going to insert anything that I would like to be on each page of the script, excluding the page numbers. Things that I've seen in the headers of every page of a script document could be the name of the play, the date of the first rehearsal, a copyright line, or something important to your own institution or playwright. For the header of this script, I want to include 3 items. First, the name of the play. Second, the date of the page. And third, the page number. For the first version of the rehearsal script, we're going to have the first rehearsal date on each page. But I've also worked on productions where a date isn't added to each page until there is a change on the page. For this script, I'm going to enter into the header and insert a 3-column by 1-row table and make the borders invisible, turning on my View Grid Lines option so I can see the parameters I'm working within. Then I'll insert the title of my script into the left column, the date in the center, and we'll leave the page number cell on the right blank for a little bit. If there's anything that you would like to include in the footer on every page of your document, you can insert that now. Once our header and footer look good, we're going to go to our first page of our document, a title page for me, and click into the header. Then I'll go to our toolbar and select the header and footer tab. Once I've selected the tab, I'll look at the link to previous option. It's currently grayed out because there is nothing before page 1, so I'll click the next button and go to page 2. On page 2, the header will have an extra blue tab that says same as previous, and the link to previous option should now be clickable in the toolbar. I'm going to go through each header and deselect the link to previous option so that, like the section breaks, each section's header and footer can now be changed independently without impacting the formatting of every other page and section. So now for the header and footer of each section of your document, you're going to go through and unselect link to previous. This can be kind of a tedious and time-consuming process, I understand. Just set aside a half hour, put on a podcast like mine, and just get it done. So once all of our headers and footers are unlinked from each section, we're going to work on our page numbers next. Starting on our first page of the script proper, not the title page, we're going to use the insert field page numbers method I described in our base document template setup video to insert a page number into the right cell. Once the page number is in the section, we'll click into the header footer tab, select page numbers, and then format page numbers. In the pop-up window, we'll look at the page numbering section and then select the Start At option. And then we'll type in the correct number of the page into the box. Even if your page number automatically inserted is the correct number when you inserted the field, you must go through this Start At process in every page of your script for this system to work. Doing this allows you to manually insert A pages as needed later and makes sure that Word recognizes your page numbers when you go to print. If I follow this process step by step, when I open up my print screen and type in that I want to print page number 7, Word recognizes my script's page number 7, even if it is not the literal page 7 of the Word document. So now you can put on another podcast, which, may I say, I have some pretty good episodes if you haven't already listened, and go through each section of your document and insert the correct page number into the right column, making sure to format each page number to start at the correct page of the script. Once all of your page numbers are in your document, you're pretty much first rehearsal ready. There are some general formatting things that I like to do before I send my final PDF to the printers. I always do a general spell check of the entire document. I'll never make any changes, but I will compile a list of suggested errors and send to the playwright and see if they would like to make those changes. I also delete the header table off of the title page and make sure that the title page has the current date of the script below the title. And then I'll save the script as a Word document and a PDF to send to the playwright for final approval. So you've now set your script up in Word. Take a little second, take a breath, get a drink, whatever you need to do, and we're gonna set up this script in Pages. If you're just joining the video now because you are not interested in Word, but you are interested in Pages, hi, hello, I'm so happy you're here. I do highly recommend, though, that you watch the Word section because all of the concepts we just talked about there, we're kind of going to speed through doing the same thing in Pages. So to get started with Pages, we're going to open the playwright script again and immediately turn our paragraph markers on, or invisibles as they're called in Pages, by going to View, Show Invisibles. When I have the script open with my invisibles on, I'm going to make sure my margins are 1 inch around the page and then save the document as Showcode, Script, Today's Date in the full script folder. Next, just like Word, I will go through the document and add in a section break at the bottom of every page by selecting Insert, Section Break. While I'm doing this, I'm making sure to keep scenes and acts independent of each other, character dialogue on one page if at all possible, and trying to eliminate any pages that have only one line on them. Hi, Claire from the future here. I realize as I'm editing this that I didn't really explain Pages, headers, and footers well. Unlike in Word, where you can type something in the first header or footer and then unlink each header and footer, and it would keep like the name of the show and the date. When you are doing it in Pages, you unfortunately have to unlink each section and then type in the name of the show and the date and the page number individually on each page. There isn't that carryover effect that you have in Word. So this has been really fun. I must go now and let past Claire finish up this video. Mwah. Again, the benefits of using this process are that we can manually insert our A pages while maintaining the pagination of the rest of the script. Unfortunately, Pages printing options are not able to recognize your manually started at page numbers like Word does, which is kind of a bummer, but I still go through this process for the ease of creating A pages. Lastly, I will do a spell check, remove my header from the title page completely, and make sure that the title page includes the first rehearsal date. Then I'm going to save PDF and send this copy to the playwright for printing approval. Congratulations! You have now set up your Word and Pages scripts for script change success throughout your production process. If you have any questions or would like to share how you set up your scripts for a process, please let me know in the comments down below. Again, if you would like to signal boost or support Misericordia, you can find the link to their website in the episode description. And if you enjoyed this video, if you're using it for a college class, or if you just want to see more, feel free to like, subscribe, and ring the bell icon so that you'll be notified whenever I post a new instructional video or podcast. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!